Rolls-Royce is known for being one of the few companies out there that keep on producing cars that are the complete definition of luxury. As we've entered the new year, Rolls-Royce has surprised us with some new models we weren't really expecting. Allow us to give you an overview of the latest and greatest from one of the most luxurious car manufacturers in the world, the Cullinan. Rolls-Royce fans weren't really impressed when the company announced that they were going to build an SUV. However, the high-end British manufacturer came up with a big surprise for this luxurious car. Named after the world's biggest diamond, the Cullinan intended to provide the ultimate experience of high-end SUV motoring. This Rolls-Royce model is designed to bring attention to detail, refinement, comfort, and material quality. Even though it rides a bit higher than the Ghost or the Phantom, it still feels as good as any Rolls-Royce product. Underneath this model's long hood lies a 6.7-liter dual-turbocharged V12 petrol engine that's designed to deliver 850 Nm of torque and has the ultimate power of 563 brake horsepower. This gives the Cullinan model the feeling of a deeply powerful and unstressed car, which has a high performance even though it weighs a lot. Despite this model's large and considerably heavy weight at a staggering 2.7 tons, the power used to be able to drive it is quite impressive. Rolls-Royce wanted the Cullinan to be as appealing as possible to their customer base. Development took this claim seriously and designed the Cullinan to be among the best in range when it comes to a driver's perspective. Even though it has a combination of huge power and clever suspension technology, the Cullinan feels more lightweight than it appears to be. This model is also designed with sharper handling and steering that makes it feel much more poised than the Phantom Rolls-Royce model. When it comes to body control, this model has a sophisticated suspension that uses the help of a camera to scan what kind of imperfection lies ahead and prepares drivers accordingly. Thanks to the use of a GPS system to ready itself for inclines, the car's automatic gearbox is rarely caught out. As we mentioned earlier, the Cullinan is powered by a twin-turbocharged petrol engine that is strong enough for a driver to go from 0 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. The SUV is designed to have a limited top speed of 155 miles per hour. It also features an 8-speed automatic gearbox and feels effortlessly smooth thanks to the GPS-aided technology. When it comes to the design, expect to see a lot of SUVs. The car has a traditional SUV proportion, as well as a glass house that allows it an excellent view while driving. This design was specifically made to give the drivers a familiar feel. The big tailgate of the model is also designed with a hint of a traditional Range Rover mixed with electrically deployable seats. The most impressive part of the interior of the Cullinan is the swaths of leather, which are originally BMW-delivered technology. But depending on the buyer, anyone is free to choose from a limitless range of trim finishes and leather colors for their Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Although the options are limitless, they do come with a high price. In the end, whatever the drivers pick, the result is still a luxury SUV with a high-end experience that includes a combination of Rolls-Royce traditional models and a more practical twist to it. Being the latest version of Rolls-Royce, the model is packed with some pretty clever and subtle technology. The dashboard and center console are designed with fewer buttons when compared to other luxury SUVs. This model also features a 360-degree parking camera with night vision, a head-up display, and onboard Wi-Fi. But it gets better because the Cullinan comes along with an infotainment screen, which is originally sourced by BMW. The screen can be easily hidden from plain sight behind a tram flap anytime it's not being used. Another technology that this SUV includes is the digital dials, which have the same purpose as a traditional Rolls-Royce typography. The Phantom. Many luxury car buyers have found the Rolls-Royce Phantom to be too big, and others have found it to be too ostentatious, while others simply just can't afford one. However, it is still considered the only car on the planet with the best hushed refinement, opulence, and superlative ride comfort. But apart from that, it's very pleasing behind the wheel thanks to its effortless performance from the chassis and huge V12 engine that welcomes all spirited drivers. The luxurious Phantom model uses all the expertise and ingenuity of its BMW suppliers. When it comes to option choices like the array of colors or the trim the buyers can choose, they do come with a hefty price, of course. Even though the Phantom is expensive by the majority's estimation and has a price tag that costs more than the average household for sale in the United Kingdom, those who can afford it get to experience its luxurious interior design. The company put in some extra effort to make the interior of the Phantom the fanciest place to spend your time when it comes to cars. On the other hand, the outside design of the Phantom looks like the evolutionary version of the previous Rolls-Royce models. It remains imposing and quite large, but is slightly less harsh when compared to previous generation cars. It's also a hint lighter than the other models for the purpose to have better efficiency. Apart from the lightweight feel, you also get rear-hinged doors for boosting access to the model's back seats. When compared to the front seats, the back seats are as good as they can be, with a beautifully finished metal and wood trim, plenty of soft leather, and limitless design options. The BMW's latest technology that's used on the Phantom is one of the factors that make it worth the price it has. The Phantom is a 6.7-liter double-turbo V12 design that can deliver effortless power with almost no sound. Some of the main features of the Phantom include electronics such as four-wheel steering, active air suspension, and cameras, just to name a few. Besides the new features, the Phantom kept its extended and standard wheelbase option. The Wraith. This version of Rolls-Royce is considered as one of the most dynamic and powerful cars in history to ever be produced by a company. It has a 6.6-liter V12 engine that allows the rear wheels to be powered by a 624 brake horsepower. The Wraith uses 10% more power than the power used in the Cullinan and the Phantom. Rolls-Royce couldn't go wrong here either. Throughout the years, the company has mastered the art of producing comfy and hefty cars that are designed to run smoothly, and they sure do scintillate. The Wraith is inspired by the Ghost limo, and it has its rear axle widened, but on the other hand, it hardly has a supporting chassis at its core. The Wraith model can shift 2.4 tons from 0 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour in just 4.4 seconds, thanks to its huge 590 pound-feet of torque, accessible from 1,500 revolutions per minute. So it comes as no surprise that this model is faster than its other 2021 siblings. Even though it's considered the sportiest Rolls-Royce ever, it's still covered in luxury. There are 4 well-proportioned seats, plenty of head and legroom, and sumptuous materials across many surfaces. The front seats are also designed with an electric switch to move the seats forward, allowing passengers to effortlessly climb in the back. Whether you're on motorways or driving around town, this vehicle will remain in borderline silence, as its suspension is designed to soak everything up. The steering wheel of the Wraith is light on weight and gives you a high amount of focus to drive it around. But this model sure is big, so it's not surprising if you slide your mirrors down to make sure you're in between the white lines during the first time riding it. The Wraith is designed with two-toned color schemes and long-snouted proportions. But talking about first-world problems here, the Wraith does shorten a little bit of your screen time, as it's not designed to hold the stresses of the internet. Shortly explained, Wi-Fi connection isn't its strong suit. The Rolls-Royce Ghost. If you're paying $428,000 for a car, you shouldn't have to close your own doors. Doors should close for you, and as silently as possible. This is exactly how Rolls-Royce designed the Ghost model. The model's main purpose is to be appealing and soothing to the driver's eyes and ears. Once you get inside the Rolls-Royce Ghost, you'll be accompanied by a white leather, furry floor matted vault. The model runs on 563 horsepower made possible by a V12 engine. The Starscape located above the glove box is made of 90,000 etchings and a total of 6 panes of glass. But what more can we get excited about? Apparently, a lot. The first thing that strikes when riding the car is the smoothness and silence. The only thing you can hear when turning it on is detectable vibration, which is produced by the cold engine. Since the Ghost is not vibration-free, the company has made it possible for these vibrations to feel like a calming sensation coming by the air suspension, getting further passed by onto the cabin. So this feature will most likely be soothing rather than aggravating. Driving the car around town will make a slight sound, but once you settle into a highway, this model will appear as silent as a car that runs on electricity. The steering of the Ghost is light in touch. Rolls-Royce equipped this model with a power reserve meter instead of a traditional tachometer. Its purpose is to point at 100 and let you apply throttle whenever the engine is idling. Some minimal flaws can be seen while driving this version of the Rolls-Royce. The BMW base Newton-meter torque system is slightly irritating along with the steep learning curve. And it doesn't have enough leg space, unlike its other 2021 sibling models. Although a lot of these problems do not come nearly as close as to what the Ghost model has to offer, it is one truly relaxing and unburdening piece of fine art. Which Rolls-Royce model do you think was the most appealing? Make sure to let us know down below in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and as always, thank you for watching.